Your readings, let's start with our opening prayer. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen. Namaste. Okay, questions are already starting to stream in. So Janice is saying, hi, Sky. Could you ask the angels what my divine life purpose is, please? Thank you. Okay, let's ask the angels. I've got my Archangel Michael deck in here today, my Indigo Angels, and I've got the mermaids again because I thought it was such a refreshing energy yesterday that we're going to keep going with it as we plunge into these deep healing waters together. I think February is going to be one of those months. So we're just going to keep the mermaids on time. So the card that I got for you, my love, was Divine Life Purpose, okay? Which is really funny because you asked what your divine life purpose is. Oh, okay. And show gratitude. So your divine life purpose, when I'm scanning you, you already know that you're a spiritual teacher and a healer, but there's something around this show gratitude card. There's an energy of teaching gratitude, almost like a teaching about what you need to learn. Very often we teach what we need to learn. And if you haven't read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it's a book by Stephen Covey. And he goes into, if you want to really master something, teach it, right? And especially when you are a spiritual teacher and a healer, you don't remember, but you've been lonely in many lifetimes. You've been the leader in many lifetimes. There's a reason why people say it's lonely at the top, right? And the reason is that when you're holding more of the power and your decisions change people's lives, and you're literally the one deciding who gets what position and who gets what paycheck, it changes your relationship with people, right? Two ways. You don't know if they are getting close to you because they like you or if because they want something from you. And you also have to be very careful how you relate to them because it affects others if you show favoritism or if you bond with somebody more than you should, and it gives them undue influence over you, and you're making leadership decisions from a place that lacks integrity. So navigating leadership can be very lonely, and that's what's coming up when you're getting gratitude as the divine life purpose. It's that you've lost your excitement, you've lost your wonder at your gift and at your purpose. Is this it? Is this it? So we're going to bring in Archangel Metatron. I'm going to bring in Archangel Michael. We're just going to vacuum your heart to actually release all of this resentment, all of this anger at people not being grateful. Whew. So if you aren't grateful for your gifts, if you aren't grateful for your life, if you aren't grateful for the person that you are, then you will get that mirrored back in real life. Okay, so let's release as much as we can of this, or any part of us that isn't grateful for ourselves. Because otherwise, life mirrors back what we're carrying inside. If we're bitter, if we're lacking gratitude for ourselves, then we're going to pull in people that are doing the same thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here is saying, hi, Sky, how are you? What's my divine life purpose? Spiritual teacher and healer. Spiritual teacher and healer, darling. You already know this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a bit of an angel rant here at the moment. You guys need to be more honest with yourselves. You know this. You don't lack knowledge of what your divine life purpose is. You lack the courage to step up and start living from that place. So you're working on courage, not what is my divine life purpose. You're working on courage. You know. I can hear some of you laughing when I'm saying this. You know. For goodness sake, some of you have known since you were children. You know you're psychic. You know you're spiritual teachers. You know that you're healers. You already know. Right? What you're looking for is the courage to step into that space and self-validation. You're looking to be able to recognize your own gifts. And you guys know I'm working on the wounds document for the first round of the medical intuitive practitioner group, which is coming up on Saturday. And one of the core wounds is a gift wound, because if you don't have your gifts recognized as a child, right? And that doesn't matter whether it's art or music or your psychic gifts, right? Then you will not be able to recognize your gifts as an adult until you've gone back and healed that. All right. You will think it's just a hobby. You will think it's not really a thing. You will treat your divine gifts like a toy and you will throw them away, right? Because that you will be using the mind of the traumatized child to access your divine life purpose instead of being in the present moment. The past will be projected onto the present and you will respond to your own divine gifts as if they are like a childish whim or not even a real thing, right? But your angels know. So if you're going to ask angel questions, you need to ask them from a real place. They know that you know. God knows that you know. You know what your divine life purpose is. You know, right? You know you're supposed to be a spiritual teacher. You know you're supposed to serve humanity. You know that you're a healer. You know. And most of you have done many modalities so that you can hone your techniques and skills and become the best healer possible. So you know, be honest with yourself. You know what it is. Now the virtue you're developing is the courage to be who you are, the courage to do you, the courage to show up and actually fill that space, right? Because knowledge is not power, action is power, execution is power, service is power, right? But you know. In fact, I'm actually hearing laughter from your angels because you've known for lifetimes, right? So you know. So can we clear your blocks to the courage to show up and be who you are? And the capacity to realize that the validation that you're waiting for is your own. If you do not recognize, if you do not choose to recognize how beautiful, how miraculous, how effing awe-inspiring the gifts that God put you in you are, then that is a block to your recognition, to your fame, to your influence, to your impact. That is a big deal. It's not cute. It's not humble. It's not a virtue. It is a wound. So you need to let God in there and clear it. It's not a sign that you're a good person if you can't recognize your own gifts. It's not modesty. It's a wound. And it's going to stop you from making a big impact, from becoming recognized, from serving at the level that you can serve. There we go. It's not insignificant. It's not cute. Give it to God right now. Enough with the playing small. Enough with the lying to yourself. Enough with the pretending you don't know who you are. You do know who you are. You know you're a child of God. You know you're a spiritual teacher and a healer. You know what you came here to do because you love doing it. Now's the time for you to work on that gift wound so that you can actually recognize who you are. Okay. Sandy HA is saying, grateful for some guidance, please. I am in my late 30s and single forever. Do you see me meeting my divine life partner anytime soon, please? Thank you. Sandy, your energy when I'm tuning in, there's a wall around you, girl. It's so high. It's like you're Rapunzel. Like you're in the center of this tower and there's a wall that like stretches to the sky. So I'm going to ask the angels what's going on, but this is like, you need help. Like this is, you really need help. Well, you are special. Okay, so this is 100% talking about the gift one, right? Not understanding that just for being a woman, you are worthy of being loved, you are worthy of being provided for, you are worthy of being honored and cherished, like in the marriage vows. Just for being a woman, you are special. So can we just allow Archangel Shamuel and Archangel Raguel to come in and, you know, open up your soulmate field? Take these walls down. Goodness sake, like I would need a dragon to get through this. There we go. Okay, now the hard part with soulmates is that it's not the person's job to prove to you that they're a good person. Okay, it's your job to assess whether or not they are your soulmate and whether or not they are a good fit for you, where you are in your life, and what it is that you want to create as a family. Women are the ones in control because we're the ones with the wombs. We're the ones that choose the soulmate that we enter into a relationship with. If you are, not heterosexual, then you go into masculine, feminine energy. The feminine energy decides because the feminine energy creates what to allow in, and the feminine energy multiplies whatever it is that comes in. Right? So whatever it is that comes in gets multiplied. The embryo becomes the baby. The happiness becomes the home. So it's that energy of whatever you bring to the feminine gets multiplied, and the man is what brings the energy to the feminine, right? So you want to look at your partner, right, as bringing to you something that you can multiply, something beautiful that you can multiply. If he brings you love, you multiply. If he brings you abundance, you multiply. If he brings you a seed, you make a child, right? That's the energy of the feminine. Obviously, this is works the other way too. If he brings you anger, then you multiply. If he brings you jealousy, then you multiply. So be very careful with the soulmate that you choose, but the power is inside us to choose. So it's not about figuring out whether the person pursuing you is a good or bad person. It's about you really touching into your intuition, and you will know instantly, which is a pain in the ass. Sometimes you can't even explain it. When I was dating, I used to feel so sorry sometimes for the men that I turned down because I couldn't put words on why it was a no, but I knew with my whole being that it was a no, right? So it's about tapping into that claircognizance, into that gut heart feeling, understanding that hearts are made in the womb. So your intuition is rock solid. There we go. You don't have to justify, you don't have to make excuses, you just have to know. But it is your choice, right? It's not them choosing you. This is a completely westernized, insane version. The man doesn't choose, the woman does. The man chooses who to propose to, but the woman chooses who she believes on every level is her man, and who she allows, when she allows her feminine to pull out his masculinity, when she decides to really call a man, not just for romance, but for a family, when it's that energy of I want to have babies and the wedding and the whole, it brings out a completely different provider energy in men. So let's do a healing around that so that you're allowed to raise that. There we go. Okay. Hi, Sky. Thank you so much for the reading and healing last Wednesday. The effect on me was immediate. My deep gratitude. Whoop. Oh, no. Sorry, I pressed the button and it disappeared. Where did it go? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I tried to read you to open it further and it disappeared. Just type the comment in again and I'll get to it if I can. Okay. Hi, Sky. I keep attracting people who don't like me, even if I don't talk to them or never get a chance to know them. I tried to clear this in the past, but I cannot get to the bottom of the belief. The bottom belief is I don't like myself. Okay? I don't like myself. I'm not worthy of being liked. I don't like myself. That's the bottom. Okay, guys saying, hi, Sky. I've developed severe pain behind both knees after squatting. I know you can't diagnose, but could you scan me to see if it's a deeper issue? Thank you very much, Ian. It's your hips, darling. So knees and feet are often where the pain manifests because they are getting more pressure when our back is out of alignment. So it's your hips and your lower back that need to be realigned. The beliefs are it's painful to be provided for, it's painful to provide for others. Those are the beliefs you have to clear. So we're going to call on Archangel Raphael and clear those and replace it with it's a blessing to provide for myself, it's a blessing to provide for others. To hinder, what could you please ask my angels what my divine life purpose is? Yes, I'm going to mermaids for you. Just got really sucked into the mermaids straight away, so we're going down that. Whoa. Okay. They're jumping. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so time to move on. Your divine life purpose, it looks like, is to be an entrepreneur. That's what I'm getting the message of. You're going to be a spiritual entrepreneur, and this is about leaving the toxic situations that you're in. Because you don't trust yourself, you are getting yourself involved in relationships which are, especially business relationships, where they're toxic. You're getting yourself involved in business partnerships and work relationships with people that aren't pulling their weight. So saying it's time to move on. Very often when you are starting out as an entrepreneur, um, there's a reason why God makes us go alone, and it's because we're figuring out who we are, right? And we're developing the strength to know that we can do it by ourselves. And then once you know that, you're able to attract and manifest in other people who are able to bring something to the table. When you're manifesting from a place of, I don't know if I can do it, I don't think I'm worthy, you bring other people to the table who are procrastinating, who don't know if they can do it, who don't make it their priority, and you get stuck. So can we clear this energy now, please, of I don't know if I can do it, and change it to I know I can do it. I was born for this. There are seasons for everything. There will be collaborations, but I need to know that I can do this. Okay. Hello, Sky. I would love some advice from the angels about my healing business and finances. That's Elizabeth. Whoop, you've got a jumping card. Simplify your life and alchemy. So the first card is eliminate clutter from your home and life to balance the flow of activity. So this is a card that's basically saying you're making your business and your life too complicated. So one of let me give you an example. There's a reason men wear suits to work, right? And it's because when you're doing it, when you're running a business, a lot of people get, and women get it as well, and you hear them saying they're overwhelmed, but it's called decision fatigue, right? So if you have to decide, what you're charging, how you're going to structure the sales page, whether or not when you're going to do this healing, when you're going to schedule into this healing with this client, when you're going to pick up the kids from school, how are you going to figure out cleaning, and also decide what to wear, how to do your hair, what perfume you're using. You get decision fatigue, right? So simplify things, make a decision and simplify things, processes, systems. Throw out everything that isn't working. Do like a business declutter. You don't need 50 apps. You need one. You don't need to do all the organization yourself. You need to implement a system. So let's say if you're booking your clients all through your DMs, you need a system like Acuity or Calendar, but you need a system. So start researching systems to make everything simpler, smoother, easier. You might also need an assistant, but there's an energy of simplify your life. Now, this card says you have the Midas touch. Every project you touch turns to gold. You are in the energy of abundance, so trust that your spiritual work is going to bring in the money that you need. But if you look at this card, right, she's really deep underwater. She's not at the surface, and there's not a lot of light in this card. There's a lot of darkness. So you're making quite a quantum jump from poverty to abundance, and it's going to come through almost like a burst. It's like you're like, well, looking around yourself going, well, what does that mean? And the actual energy is like there's going to be like a burst coming through. It's like nothing, 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 boom, nothing, 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 boom. Because you've been following your divine guidance. So trust that the work that you're doing has financial worth, and then go from there. Okay. Whoop, that's the wrong decks. I'm mixing my decks. Hello, beautiful sky, says Rebecca. Can I have a reading today? Today's reading, please. Anything the angels have to say. Thank you. Yes, let's have a look. Oh, okay. So you've got divine magic. Extra magical energy surrounds the situation right now. Expect miracles. So you see how this mermaid is like isolated on a rock, and this fairy is in communication with her, and it's happening at nighttime, right? With the moon energy pouring in. The communication from this card is that you may not be able to see that God is working in the background. You may think that the situation looks dark, but you have already received your divine guidance. The light is coming. See how brightly the moon is shining. It's about connecting with your divine feminine and getting out of the like holding your breath and into the flow, getting back into that trust, and taking divine action. So trust that even though it's dark, even though you can't see, the light is shining on you and you're getting the help that you need. And it's about following the divine guidance now. Okay, Javita Singh, dear Sky, I'd like to ask about my soul purpose. It's a theme today, huh? I feel a bit lost and can't get rid of various blocks and obstacles to building my healing business. Thank you. Okay, so the biggest block that I experience women have towards building their spiritual business is that they don't believe they have any worth, right? They don't believe they have any financial worth. And then to add to add fuel to the fear fire, they judge other people who are doing things for money. Business is all about making money. So if you believe it's wrong to make money, that's the first place you're going to have to change, right? So the first affirmation whenever you're blocked is, I'm willing to change. I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to let go of my prejudice, my unconscious bias. The next one that I see as a big block is this anti-hustle culture, and everything should be easy. It's not true. It's just not true. And I actually think it's really nasty for entrepreneurs who have been, hustling and working hard on their divine life purpose for years. And now, after years of hard work, their Instagram feeds, their TikTok feeds, their Facebook feeds, everything is bringing them clients on Automate, and they're like, it's effortless. Yes, it does become effortless when you get enough momentum, but it doesn't start off that way. You have to create momentum. Once the momentum's created, the wheel starts to turn. Do I think everybody is capable of creating momentum? 100%. But I think that there's seasons to success. Okay. And I think that if you don't understand which season you're in, then you're going to block yourself. So there is a space, especially in the beginning, where you start teaching and you start sharing your gift with the world, where you are going to run into vulnerability, or you might run into low engagement, or you might run into nobody knowing who you are. And it's just about consistently communicating who you are, who you serve, how you can help. Right. And that is the bit where it can be disheartening, or you can kind of burn out because you are wearing so many hats and you're doing everything in the business yourself. And then as you start to serve people and you start to get the testimonials and you start to get the income, you start to be able to afford help and you start to be able to afford a team. And the overwhelm starts to lessen, and you also start to get more recognition as your brand and your reputation starts to build, and word of mouth starts coming in, and people start booking in without you having to tell them who you are and what you do, because other people have told them who you are and what you do, right? And that's how I ran my business for years, was just word of mouth. And then there's the next stage where you are teaching people to do what you do, so that you can then support the teachers and the change makers, and you can go on to sell your business as a franchise, or create hospitals and schools all over the world, which is what my mission is, right? So but at the very beginning, you have to clear two basic beliefs. The one that what you have has no worth. You have infinite worth. Okay, there is not a machine on the planet right now that can do what you can do inside your body. That you like literally, your body is the one of the most incredible things of incredible instruments of divine intelligence that's ever been manifest on the earth. So that's the first thing, is to really work on your worthiness. The next one is to really work on your prejudice. You have to get over the belief that people wanting to make money is dishonest. There's nothing dishonest about making money. What's dishonest is pretending that you don't have an agenda. What's honest is knowing what the agenda is and whether or not that agenda works for you, right? My agenda is to serve humanity and be able to provide for myself and create the hospitals and schools that I want to create. Okay, that is my agenda. It is crystal clear. I don't pretend that I don't have an agenda, right? Then the people that are vibrational match for that agenda get attracted to me. But if you believe that you don't have an agenda, that you don't actually want anything, that creates this distortion, because first it's dishonest, right? You do want something. You want to be recognized, you want to be valued, you want to be paid for the work that you do so that you can do what you love, right? So it's that clarity without shame around it. And then the next part is the working on the bit of you that doesn't trust you, right? Why don't you trust you? Why are you thinking that you're dishonest for wanting money? You are honest. You are good. You are pure. Who told you that you were dishonest? Who told you that you couldn't be trusted? It's clearing that energy from childhood of being told you don't deserve to do what you love. Everybody has to, if when you go to school and you get forced to do things that you hate and that have nothing to do with anything, like learning to read and write and do maths, it's you get forced to do all sorts of topics that have nothing to do with you just because you have to pass exams and things like that. So you get this energy of I have to do lots of things I don't like to make money instead of I have to master my spiritual gifts to make money. Right. So that's another one that's important to clear. But it's not that you have a lot of obstacles. It's that when you tell your ego that you're going to let the obstacles stop you, then it creates more obstacles. The fear mind is really bright. If you tell it that you're going to let the obstacles stop you, you're going to have infinite obstacles. If you're like me and there were many, many obstacles and you just show up and do it anyway, the obstacles get less and less and less and less and less because your fear mind gets the message the obstacles aren't going to stop you. Right? It's going to have to find other ways to sabotage your divine life purpose. But if you tell your unconscious mind, all I have to do is have an argument with my partner and I'm not showing up today. All I have to do is what's the word? Have an issue financially and I'm not showing up today. All I have to do is have a bit of back pain, I'm not showing up today. Then it gets the message that it's that easy to throw you off your divine life purpose, and then more of those issues manifest. So it's that energy of I'm going to show up regardless because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to do angel readings. It makes me feel good to serve. It makes me feel good to help. And that's where you're tapping into, right? I'm going to show up every single day. I'm going to do what I love every single day. And I will do it on my deathbed because it brings me peace. It brings me joy. Okay, so let's clear this energy of I need obstacles to protect me. And let's show you that you are divinely protected. And let's let the angels actually have access to this unconscious bias that you have towards other coaches, towards other healers, towards business people, towards rich people. Anywhere where you have unconscious bias towards financial freedom, jealousy, resentment, anger, anything like that, we're just going to discreate it now. When we see people being wealthy, doing what they came on this planet to do, fulfilling their divine life purpose, being recognized for just being themselves, we're not actually triggered by the money. We're triggered by the fact that we know we're not doing what we said to God we would come here to do. Right? So can we release that guilt? Right? Because when we feel that guilt, we then project it onto the other person. But when we feel that guilt and we release it to God, then we're free. Okay. Amelia saying, hi, Sky. Could you please tell me what the angels are saying about me teaching access bars? Thank you so much. I get so much joy when I tune into that. Your angels are like really behind you teaching. Any kind of spiritual teaching. Access is a particularly delightful thing to teach. So like the answer from your angels is like a 100% yes. This is actually a finances question when I'm tuning into you. And they're showing me that you can increase your money by moving your body. You see, this angel is dancing. So you need to dance, you need to walk, you need to exercise. This energy of poverty is getting stuck in your body. So you need to move. One of the most powerful things that I realized happened when I would use my walking treadmill, particularly when I'm writing or doing healing sessions or doing angel readings, is that because I am moving things move so much faster because of the way that I'm breathing, because of the way my body's moving, and it pulls in the law of momentum, and results happen faster, breakthroughs happen faster, the readings happen faster. So there's a lot to be said for movement as a way of shifting, right? As a way of shifting things. So move your body. Okay, my love, but yes to teaching access. Mattis is saying, Dear Sky, can you send a healing for my cat Bruno? Yep, we're going to send in Archangel Ariel, who's the angel that deals with all the angels and the animals. He has problems with his teeth. The infection keep coming back. The problem is not with his teeth. The problem is with his food. Change his food. Stop feeding him cat food. Yeah? Start feeding him food. Start buying like chicken and fish and steaming it and feeding it to him, and your teething problems are going to go away. The problem is not the cat teeth. The problem is the cat food. So let's take a moment to just ask for an instant healing for poor Bruno. Okay. Beth is saying, what is my sole purpose and how can I earn an income? Is the person I met recently meant to be in my life as a soulmate? Okay, that's 3 questions in one. So I'm going to answer one, or I can do, I'll do a very fast scan. So what is my sole purpose so I can earn income? My love, you know this. They're actually showing me that you're a channel and that you can do angel card readings and you can do healings. They're showing me you already know that you're actually already a qualified spiritual coach, and there's some other healing modality. I'm not sure if it's theta healing or if it's hypnosis, but they're showing me you doing like therapy sessions with clients or spiritual counseling. And is the person I met recently meant to be in my life as a soulmate? Nope. Nope. Not the right vibration for you at all. There's like a really strong, this person isn't treating you properly, and you already knew that energy coming through. Look, I have I have a full degree with honors, right? Let me make it really, really clear to you that it doesn't matter what you do in this world. If you do not change your worthiness, you will never earn. Okay. There are accountants that earn badly, lawyers that earn badly, doctors that earn badly because they have low self-worth. If you do not change your worth, you will not be able to earn income. Make sense? So it's not about your sole purpose. It's not about your soul mission. It's not about choosing the right course. It's about you not being able to communicate your worth to other people. Let me give you an example. Let's say somebody comes to me and they go, I need help. My first response is, how can I help? Right? That energy of knowing that I can help, knowing that I can serve, knowing that I have a solution for their problem communicates my worth, right? They have a problem, I have the solution, therefore I have worth. That's how it works in 3D, right? Not how it works on 7th plane, but how it works in 3D. If somebody says to me, I have a problem, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that problem's impossible. It's a really difficult problem. Maybe we can do a healing around it. It might work, but it's worth a try. What I'm communicating is, you have a problem. I think it's really hard. You probably can't fix it, but we're going to do this ineffective thing. And when it doesn't work, you can't blame me, right? So can you see how it's the same conversation? And if I described it to somebody, okay, I would be saying the exact same thing, but it's a completely different energy and a completely different message. So the energy has to be, I can help. I have a solution to the problem, right? God is the solution to every problem. And I'm going to be here with you until we get to the bottom of it. But when it comes to, can I make money from my divine life purpose? There are people making money on TikTok right now from cleaning their kitchens. Okay? This is not about your divine gift. This is about you believing you have no worth. Enough with the pretending it's about your gifts. It's not about your gifts. It's you. Right? It's you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe. But trust me when I say there are people making money out of ridiculous things, okay? Because they believe that they are worthy of money. If you want life to change, you have to change. It's that simple, okay? And for you, this is all about leveling up. No more being around people who, are they my soulmate? These people, like, genuinely, especially these guys that you're wasting your energy and your time on, they're not worth your time or your energy. They're really going to deplete you and hurt you. Stop connecting to this whole hookup culture vibe. Start connecting to the, I'm looking for a serious, grown ass provider man energy, right? Level up with the clients, level up with your self-worth, level up with the men, like level up. It's that a song, level up, level up. Like it's really time to shift your vibration, because this is not going to be, it's not going to be a pretty. Men and clients respond to women in their feminine energy. They don't respond to little girl or desperate or validate me. Particularly clients, like if you go to a client and you're looking for validation from a client, it's not their job to tell you that you're good. They will tell you that you're good once you've helped them, once you've solved the problem. But if you go to them from this energy of tell me I'm a good healer, tell me I'm a good teacher, maybe I can help you, how was that? Right? They feel that you're trying to take something energetically from them because you're looking for praise, you're looking for validation, you're looking for recognition, and they're coming to you because they are looking for validation, healing, recognition. So it's shifting from the taking to giving, right? That's what people are looking for in their spiritual teachers and their spiritual healers. This deep strength, this deep space container womb like holding when you're inside your feminine space, this ocean type energy. It's powerful, but it's still feminine. It's creative, but it's still feminine. Think of yourself as like the ocean, right? And you'll understand the energy of what I'm talking about. But you can 100% earn income from your divine life purpose, more than you would ever earn just as a job. Okay. Mattie's saying thank you. You're welcome, beautiful. Hi, Skylar. I am having a headache badly. Please do a reading for me here. You need water, darling. You're dehydrated. It's what's migraines. Severe migraines can be caused by dehydration. Please drink at least 2 liters of water. Asma saying, hi, Sky. Can I get advice for today? Let's see what she's saying. Pulling from the Archangel Michael deck. Oh, physical outlet. So move your body. Today, the energy is like move forward, move your body, move the energy. The energy today is around movement. Sing a song. I sing, hi, Sky. I would love a healing / clearing insight on the reason why I seem to choose work in areas that aren't legal where I live, like healing. Is there a choice I need to make? So what I'm hearing when I'm asking your angels is because you know that people need it, right? So just because something isn't legal doesn't mean it's immoral, right? There was a time where it was, and it's legal to kill people if you're in the army. It's legal to what's it called, to bully people if you're in business. It's legal to do a lot of things that lack a whole load of integrity, right? Legal is not the definition of integrity. The virtues that God gave us and the values that God gave us are the definition of integrity, right? What you have to decide is if you want to carry on doing what your mission is, and your mission is illegal in the country that you're in, whether or not you want to stay in that country. That's what you have to decide, right? But I know a lot of incredible healers that make a lot of money doing work that's completely illegal in the countries that they're in, right? I have people who are teaching tantra and sexual healing work in Saudi and in what's it called, in Dubai. I have people who are teaching what's it called, sex education in specific tribes in Africa. I have people who are teaching what's it called, female empowerment in cultures where it's it will literally can land them killed or in prison. So you're not the only one that I know. I know many. I know at least 30 women who are teaching and teach spiritual teaching. I know people who are teaching theta, people who are teaching tantra, people who are teaching goddess work, people who are teaching financial freedom. There's a lot of people who do what God is telling them to do, and they are willing to put their lives on the line. And that's a beautiful thing. But if it's not what you want to do anymore, if you shifted from that vibe and you want to do your work without the threat to your physical body, then it's about manifesting a move to a place where your work is legal. Okay. But why do we do it? Because we know that there's a difference between what's legal and what has integrity. And there is a big difference. It was legal in Nazi Germany to kill the Jews, right? It's legal when the army goes in to perform a massacre. Just because something is legal does not mean it has integrity, right? What's happening right now, for example, with the economy is completely legal and it lacks integrity to the bone. It's making the poor pay for the crimes of the elite, not even the crimes of the rich. I mean, you're talking like like elite, way beyond the level of rich, right? So there's a lot that goes on that has absolutely nothing to do. There's a lot that's legal that has nothing to do with integrity. And that's just a part of being a spiritual adult, is understanding that that's the case. It's legal for me to give you candy when you have diabetes. It's still wrong, right? It's legal for me to prescribe you medication that I know can kill you. It's still wrong. Okay. So can we release the guilt that you have around it being illegal and help you wear a cloak of protection so that you can do what you have to do? Okay. Okay. Hi, Skylar. Thank you for your reading so far to me. I'd like to ask whether my partner is my divine one at all. I have constant doubts, but he is teaching me valuable lessons and he is right about stuff. My love, this is not right. This is not your divine life partner. Your soulmate, it will teach you things, and this person is your soulmate. But your soulmate is not there to teach you lessons. The only reason you're learning your lessons through your soulmate is because you're not living your divine life purpose. Okay? When you're not living your divine life purpose, your family and your soulmate then become obligated to teach you all the lessons you're supposed to learn in this life. When you are living your divine life purpose, life and the people, the situations that you get in, manifesting the next level, will bring you the lessons that you need to learn. You can learn your lessons by up leveling, or you can learn your lessons by drama and getting stuck. The only choice you have is how you learn your lessons, right? Success doesn't just leave clues. Success requires hard work and the mastering of certain virtues and disciplines. So that's one of the most interesting things that people miss, but it's 100% true. But no, this relationship, this person is not good for you. Archangel Michael's coming in so strong here. This is just not good juju. Yeah, think about it. Really think about it. This is not good juju. I'm just get Archangel Michael's literally showing me to cut the cords, like really cut the cords, and you need to work on your self-worth as a woman. There is real, it's almost like you're dissociated. So there is real feminine trauma here. You were told that you should focus on your career. You were told that you should wait for a man to decide when you're going to, get committed or have family. You were like, all of your power as a woman was like, the adolescent years need a massive healing. That inner adolescent is so confused. There we go. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. I want to do some different people today as well. Okay, Veronica's saying, hi, I'm working on my financial freedom and I'm finding emotional blockages when I put my mind and energy to it. Any advice to break through? Many thanks. Okay, I'm just going to pull the mermaid's deck. So financial freedom is only achievable when you heal the financial abuse that you went through. And it is financial abuse. Whoa, jumping cards. I love the jumping cards. So first things first, consult an expert. there's an energy of you not knowing what to do and you lacking the knowledge to know what to do. So financial freedom has to be taught. This is actually an educational thing. So joining things like Female Invest, reading books like the Rachel Rogers one, like We Should All Be Millionaires, like it's more than just those things are the tip of the iceberg. They tell you what the problem is, but they don't give you the solution. Knowing that you should invest doesn't teach you how to invest. Knowing that you are charging too little doesn't teach you how to charge more, doesn't teach you how to sell. So it's this really opening up to getting a strong financial education, reading Anthony Robbins' book like Money Mastery, which does provide more solutions. There's a very good book called How to Handle Your Money Like an Effing Grown Up that really was a really good read for me as well, and that really helped me change how I manage my finances. Rich Dad Poor Dad's book, How the Rich Get Richer. Getting things in investment apps like Plum and opening up ISA accounts and things like that, so that you can actually start investing instead of saving. It's that energy of consulting an expert and giving yourself a chance to go to play it deep instead of play it shallow, changing it from a knowledge game to an action game. Second card we got is yes, trust your intuition. So the emotions are coming up because this is genuinely abuse. And I think that when it comes to financial abuse, we don't take it seriously. We're like, oh, it's just a job, or oh, it's just money. F that. There's nothing just about money. There's nothing just about a job. It requires the same amount of healing, right? If your father or your mother told you you didn't deserve money, as if they told you didn't deserve love, because money is love, right? Money is a form of love. Money is a love language, right? It's a gift. So it's just as big a trauma, and it's a time that you start dealing with those traumas with compassion. It's not just about forcing yourself to go through the motions and learning accounting. It is a real quantum shift. And then have faith, your prayers are manifesting, remain positive and follow your guidance. So they're saying that there's a part of the financial trauma is having unrealistic expectations around money. So the same way that if you, let's say you have a trauma around relationships, you go into a relationship and you expect the man to propose instantly, otherwise it's not true love, right? It's the same as if I go into a financial relationship and I instantly expect to make millions. Either that or the business isn't going to work, right? So it's that energy of unrealistic expectations instead of choosing a plan and then finding the emotional courage to stick with that plan as it manifests, as it unfolds into being. So when I'm scanning you, the emotional blockages that are coming up is the regret from the grief. You lost so much of your life to poverty. You've lived so much of your life in poverty. So much time has been wasted. So much of this was avoidable if they just taught you finances as a child and nobody taught you. There's so much grief for what you have lost, and you have to feel that grief. That is what's coming up, right? This ignorance. And it's the same grief that comes up if nobody taught you how to read, or nobody taught you how to write, or nobody taught you how to paint, or they destroyed your career as a musical person. Okay. Javita saying thank you. That's very helpful. You're welcome, beautiful. I'm literally doing what the angels are telling me to. They're telling me, they told me to go right to the bottom, so I'm going right to the bottom. Rebecca's saying, I didn't know we could ask for a healing. Can I ask for a healing for my dog? Yes, of course you can. She has a couple serious health issues, heart and breathing. I've been learning about quantum jumping to choose the reality where she's healthy. She's only 6 years old, and my heart and soul friend, her illness is very stressful for me. Thank you. Rebecca, your dog has a magnesium deficiency, darling, it looks like it's causing the heart problems to me. So I'd get a veterinary intuitive to have a look, but she needs a strong magnesium supplement to help her heart. Magnesium orate is what works for adults. I'm not sure exactly what works in animals, but it's a deficiency. Pet food is crap. Okay, pet food is absolute crap. The meat inside the pet food cans is often more than 10 years old. It is the worst stuff possible. It has a lot of dog food has other stuff mixed in there as well. It hasn't seen the light of day for years. It is absolutely no nutrition, and worse than that, it pulls the poor nutrition that your little pet has from their bones. And then they manifest all these health conditions because they've got high inflammation, they have vitamin and mineral deficiency. They start to get parasites and fleas and all sorts because their immune system goes down. It's an absolute disaster. So change the food. Please change the food, right? and everything else will go back into alignment. There's a severe mineral deficiency going on with your gorgeous little dog. So if you want to repair the heart, we need to have a look at magnesium as an issue here. Shirley is saying, hi, Sky, please can I have a reading? Why do I not hear from my family since my daughter passed 10 years? Why was I blamed for moving? Gosh. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you. But the moment that I do the scan is it's because they felt abandoned. It was like, this is a ridiculously hard time and we need you. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, if you would leave us at this moment, knowing that we're in this much pain, then how can we trust you? How can we rely on you? So it's bringing in that energy of forgiving yourself and forgiving them, right? Forgiving them for not understanding that you needed to move, and forgiving you for not understanding that they needed you. Okay, so the card that I got was a yes, trust your intuition. I'm getting consult an expert, have faith. So we just got these cards for the previous person as well, right? So it's an energy of you needing to work through this in therapy. You need to work through your daughter's passing in therapy. You are not able to face the pain that it caused. Yes, it caused you a lot of pain, but it caused the whole family agony. So it's working through that with a proper expert, probably a family constellations person, and have faith energy. If you want the family rift to heal, then you have to tell God to heal it, and God will heal it. So you don't pray to God like this, okay? You don't go, oh my God, dear God, my family is such a terrible family. Please fix them, right? There's something wrong with them. Why can't this be healed? They don't love me. Why don't they don't love me? That is not a prayer, okay? What you're looking at doing is going, dear God, I know that you're the most powerful force in the universe, and of my own strength, I cannot move the darkness that is inside my family line. We are broken. I have been separate and not communicating with my family for years. So I need a miracle. I need you to move in the places that I cannot move. I need you to shift the mountain, this mountain of family brokenness, this mountain of blocked communication, this mountain of grief inside my family. I command it to move now in the name of God. This mountain will be moved. God is the most powerful force in the universe. I may not be able to move these mountains, but God can. I've been looking at my family and analysis and understanding as a way to solve this problem. But now I know that God is the solution to this mountain. And I'm so grateful, so deeply grateful that I finally made this realization and that this mountain is moving now. This mountain is removed from my family. It cannot stay here. Right? So when you're doing a prayer, when you're talking to a big problem, you have to talk to the mountain and you have to tell it to move. It has to be your voice telling the mountain to move. You cannot talk to God about how big the mountain is. You have to talk to the mountain about how big God is. And you have to say, the mountain of depression, I command you to move. Mountain of poverty, I command you to move. Mountain of unworthiness, I command you to move. Mountain of sickness, I command you to move. It's that energy of, in the name of God, you will move, right? It's that energy of move, like you will no longer tolerate. It can no longer stand. It has no power here. That is the energy that you are using. It's not a this is like, it's not a self-pity victim energy. It's a very strong energy of God is in control and God will move this mountain. Okay. Mitch is saying, I'm worthy. Quite right. Yeah, worthy. I told you guys, I worked on worthiness the whole of last year. It's we're working through it with medical intuitive. It's a huge deal. I'm worthy of practicing spiritual medicine. I'm worthy of coming out the medical intuitive closet. I'm worthy of performing miracles. Worthiness is a huge deal. I'm worthy of a beautiful life. But if you don't believe you're worthy, God will bring you the gifts and you will turn them away. Worthiness is a huge deal. Okay, Christina saying, hi, Sky. This is Christina Woods. Can you see what the angels have to say that would help me with my relationship with money? I've done so much healing, but need to do more. Yeah, this is an action issue. This is about action. Whoop, and the card popped. Share your wisdom. Okay, so you're being guided to become more visible, to start sharing on your social every day, to start doing videos, to start doing readings. You need to become visible as a teacher and as a healer, right? You need to start to actually show up and start serving and talk about your services. So we covered this briefly yesterday, but it's, this is the way that teaching works. You don't A good teacher doesn't teach something once. A good teacher teaches the same thing over and over and over again, because every good teacher knows that repetition works. That's why you go to a yoga class and you do a downward dog most times, right? There are some things that come from practice, not from knowledge. Okay, so this is about you talking about the way that you serve every single day, and you serving every single day, and that pulling in and manifesting more and more people. But when like, like heartbreak, there's so much heartbreak around worthiness, and we're back to the grief. Can I release all the grief? Your guys are lighting up like Christmas trees around this. So any unprocessed grief, any hidden grief, especially from yourselves, any part of you that's angry at how much of your life has been wasted to poverty, how many opportunities have been missed, right? How many things that you'd love to do that you feel you cannot do, that you're limited. This feeling that money's slipping through your fingers. Can we release the grief of the wasted youth, the wasted time because you didn't know you could create money? Time wasted in doubt, time wasted in learning, time wasted in healing, when what you required was courage and showing up. Okay, have a quick look. Okay, Ra Ali is saying, a colleague once advised me not to have any business partnership with women because they will most likely betray you. I don't know whether I believe this or not, but if it's so, what is the belief I'm holding on to manifest such a thing? Okay, so you guys want to get real? Let's get real. Most business partnerships don't work. Sorry. It's just like most marriages don't work. The reason most business partnerships don't work is the same reason that most marriages don't work, is because people go into the relationship not knowing themselves, not understanding their business, not knowing what they need. And then the miscommunication leads to people projecting blame onto each other. And then, especially when you put money in the mix, a lot of hurt feelings and everything falls apart, right? So, most business partnerships don't work. It's not about somebody betraying you, or about somebody not betraying you. It's about the fact that most people in business have no idea what they're doing. Even when they're following like a script, they don't know who they are. They don't know who their business is. They don't really know what they need. And then things get convoluted. So if you want a business partnership to work, the first thing is clarity. What do you need for it to work? Who are you as a person? Right? What kind of people fit in well with you? Who complements you and who do you clash with, right? What kind of values do you and your business have? And does the business that you're looking to collaborate with, or the person that you're looking to collaborate, hold the same values? Those are the kind of questions you want to be asking yourself to make a collaboration work. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. You can get betrayed by both. And I've had both clients and seen betrayals happen to my husband and to two other men that I've helped with their businesses in the background, in a massive way. Betrayal is very common in business and in relationships. Why? Because when people feel they can no longer talk to you, or when they don't like the answer that they're getting. Let's say they ask you for a raise, but they're not making enough sales to justify a raise. Let's say they what's it called? Let's say you ask them for a position that you're not qualified for, or you don't know how to do, right? So you can say no, and then the resentment just sits in the background. If people don't take responsibility, then they're going to try find ways to go around you. Okay. And then this leads to the betrayal. They're either going to apply for their jobs, or they're going to start, giving information and things to competitors. So betrayal in business is very common. A, because people can't handle boundaries. They really, really can't. And B, because people don't know, they're not clear about what they need, right? A clarity is such a difficult thing with business, because there's always moving pieces. There's always moving pieces. Where's the profit line? It changes from course to course, and like the number of employees to and the project. There's a lot of moving pieces, and it takes a lot of consciousness, a lot of energy, a lot of presence to be able to stay on top of that all of the time, right? So most people just bypass it or ignore it, and they don't understand why it doesn't work. But that's the reason why, right? They just want to do an energy scan without actually doing the work, and that doesn't work, right? There's talent without work ethic is a disaster. So you need the discipline to put in the work ethic and to actually figure out what your values are. If the other business person's values match your values, if their actions match their words, right? Um, and also the capacity, the same things that make a marriage go well are the same things that make a business go well. The capacity for mercy, the capacity for kindness, the ability to laugh, the ability to be honest about the hard stuff, the ability to pivot if something doesn't work or project doesn't work, instead of blaming. But I wouldn't. A lot of people also take business very personally. Um, it doesn't work that way. You have to give yourself space to make mistakes, right? But it's not about women. The core belief is that it's about women not being good at business. It's actually a very strong belief in Indian culture and in Arabic culture that women will betray you. They have a belief about age around that as well, that any woman over 25 is like manipulative, which is just insane, right? You can be manipulative at 5 years old, and you can be manipulative at 55, and you can be manipulative at 25, and you can be honest and at all those ages. Manipulation has nothing to do with age, just like betrayal has nothing to do with gender. Yeah. Um, so let's release those beliefs and replace it with the truth that you have to be clear about your values, that you have to be clear about whether or not this business is compatible with your business, and that you have to, it's exactly like the first date, you have to see things as they are and not as you would like them to be. Okay. Anushka is saying, "Hi, lovely Skylar. Wanted to ask about my money and work situation as I'm always living on the edge just to make ends meet. I've only been doing the work when comes in alignment, not chasing. Please help." Okay, so your angels are telling me that A, you're undercharging. And this is like we talked about the lack of clarity. So, my love, they're telling me that you need to hire an accountant. Maths is not your zone of genius. You have no idea what your profit margin is. You have no idea what your expenses are. You have no idea what you need. You need an accountant, because this is like you are not going to do this. You are genuinely not going to do this, and you shouldn't do this. You need an accountant. So hire a company like Tax Assist or something like that. You need an accountant that's going to calculate your profit and loss on at least a quarterly basis, or ideally a monthly basis, so that you can start making some sound decisions. You're severely undercharging based on your expenses. Okay, so it's it is what it is. So let's release your blocks to hiring an accountant and to getting help. Okay. Ada is saying, "Can I ask a reading? What is the bottom issue that I'm not allowing myself to move on in a romantic love relationship?" Okay, when I'm scanning you, they're taking me straight to your solar plexus chakra. And the belief is that you won't be able to trust yourself. If you're wrong about this person being the one, then you can't trust yourself, is what's coming up. So you need to change it to, you can be wrong and still trust yourself, right? What's required when someone is wrong is that they admit that they're wrong, and then they atone for the mistake. So you want to go back to looking at what is familiar to you in relationships, right? What was familiar to you growing up? Why did you think this person is the one? Because they were familiar to the family patterns that you had. So believe it or not, your soulmate isn't actually going to feel familiar at all. You're not going to feel like you've known them for a million lifetimes. That's not how it's going to work. Your soulmate is going to feel completely different to the way that any other man has ever treated you, because your patterns, the patterns that are familiar to you, are the ones that are toxic. So it's about changing what's familiar, right? Marissa Peer does some incredible work in her RTT stuff around changing what's familiar. But you are hardwired to go back to the family patterns. That's why it's called family, right? Familiar. So it's looking at what is familiar to you in a man and understanding that this instant attraction is not a sign that they're your soulmate. It's a sign that they are familiar, right? And they've actually scientifically shown this now, just like they've shown that, couples that live together before they get married are a lot more likely to get divorced. Couples that have this instant chemistry, this instant attraction, are much more likely to explode and not last than couples that have like a slow burn or develop their connection um, through dating and through actually knowing each other. Okay. So if you find yourself instantly, insanely attracted to somebody, chances are that is a trigger, not that is a trigger, not a sign that they're your soulmate, right? The sign that they're your soulmate is you're looking at, actually look at your manifestation list. Are they actually compatible? Are they a really good person? Do you want this person by your side when you put your mother in the ground, when you put your father in the ground, when you're on your deathbed, when you're giving birth to your child? You need to start asking yourself some really hard questions. Instead of, do I fancy them? Am I attracted to them? You need to start asking yourself some really deep long-term questions. If this was the worst day of my life, is this the person I want by my side? That's a soulmate level question, as opposed to do I fancy them? Is there chemistry? We need to start playing it a lot deeper than we're playing it, right? Especially with these apps and people swiping left and swiping right, and you're sitting. I honestly was saying to one of my friends a couple of months ago, I was like, "Are you frigging kidding me?" She has a brother who is incredible. He's kind and wealthy and a lovely human being, and these women were sending him these bullying nasty messages on apps because he wasn't tall enough. And you're sitting there going, are you frigging kidding me? Are you frigging kidding me? Are you not going to get to know your soulmate based on a picture? Right? Like, this stuff just defies belief. It just defies belief. So we need to start playing it deeper than this. We need, especially when it comes to soulmate relationships, deeper than this, right? You can't tell if you have chemistry with somebody from an online conversation. You definitely can't tell from a picture. There are people that I have chemistry with that I would never in my wildest dreams have thought that we would ever have chemistry with. And there are people that I wanted to have chemistry with her. I thought that I would, that I never did in real life. There was no spark there. So online is not an accurate representation of a person's real energy or of the real energy between you. It isn't. You can have a lot of chemistry with a person that's not in the room because you project all your light onto them. And you're falling in love with the ideal in your head, not with the person. That person doesn't actually exist, right? You've never met them. You don't know who they are. You're falling in love with an idea instead of with a human being. So can we release all this stuff around it's an instant attraction, showing you the difference between projection and transference versus actually loving another human being, and also showing you how to play it deep, asking hard questions. Is this the person I want by my side? Right? Is this the person I want by my side? Not just, is this the person I want to sleep with? Can hear some of you laughing, but it's so true. Okay. I'm going to do one more and then I have to run because I've got lots of work to do. Okay, hi Sky. My grandmother used to do channeling. I would like to understand which energy she was tapping into. Thank you very much. They're showing me your grandmother used to tap into a lot of energies. She used to do channeling for the angels. She used to do channeling for like ascended masters. She used to do channeling for people who had passed away. The skill of channeling is being able to tune in and then channel what the energy that you have decided to speak to. There are some very good channeling teachers. Rhiannon Gunther is the one that helped me master my channeling skills. But yeah, your grandmother channeled quite a lot of energies. So it wasn't just one. She was a channel. She knew she was a channel. It's kind of like being an oracle. So our generation is more like, oh, I do angels or I do. That's not what it was like in the 60s and 70s. In the 60s and 70s, you were a channel, so you did all of it. And there's a lot of people that are like that. It's kind of like where modalities like theta healing kind of come in, where people do all of it. There we go. Clearing nicely. You are good. Sandy's saying, makes sense. I don't seem to attract anyone for romance in my life. Yeah, well, the walls are down, but oh my gosh, those walls are the highest walls I've seen in a while. Okay, so Kate Hodge is saying, hi, Sky. Yesterday I received news that I would be losing one of my main sources of financial support. Any guidance on how to handle this? Thank you very much. Okay, I'm actually hearing your angels laughing, and the words that I'm getting are say thank you. Say thank you. So um, whoever this was, wherever this money was coming from, this person did not have your best intentions at heart, and it's being removed from your life so that bigger sources of income can come through. People don't ask you to work for them unless they know that you're going to be an asset, unless they know that you can generate an income. Okay, so can we start pulling this in, please, so that you can know your own worth and start to generate even more of an income? Let's say I teach a theta healing class and I'm paid a certain amount a day to pay a theta healing class. The school that I'm paid to teach for is going to make 20K to um yeah, between 20K and 40K. It's 20K if it's like a class of like 20 people, 40K if it's a class of like 40 people, and then they're going to pay me a sum, right? That's less than the profit after they've paid me and their admin and their tax and all that stuff. They're going to pay me a teacher's salary. So when you get hired, whether it's to facilitate for a coach or for a group, know that it's because you're an asset to the company that you're in. And that if you were to do exactly what you are getting paid for, you would be able to make that income. Now, the hard part of that is that you then have the responsibility for the insurance and the tax and the organization. So it is hard, right? Which is why most people choose to stay in more like a freelancer employee relationship. But the money's there. The gift is inside you. You will receive the financial support that you need. And they're actually showing me to open yourself up for sessions. Yeah, they're really showing me to open you up for sessions. Okay. Anna Solova is saying, can I have a card about my ability? I'm going to have some mermaids for this one. Woo! Okay. Make a wish. So this is a magical moment. Make a wish, enjoy its manifestation. So one of your superpowers is manifesting. You'd make a very good manifestation coach or a teacher. It's about being able to instantly create realities for people. You believe in people and you believe they deserve good things. So it makes you very good at helping them stay in that frequency where they can bring in things, bring in money, bring in romance, bring in peace, bring in their true heart's desires. Hello, Sky. What can I do to increase my chances to successfully conceive? Thank you. Okay, we're going to call him Archangel Gabriel. I'm really being shown to reduce the stress. Like you really dramatically need to reduce the stress. Okay. Okay, and I want you to start imagining that little baby in front of you, and I want you to say to that baby, your future child, I am making space for you in my heart, in my womb, in my life. I'm making space for you. I'm making time for you. You are wanted. This is a really wanted baby. Okay. And your angels are showing me there are financial blocks here. You're really afraid of not being enough as a mother because you can't provide what the quality of life that you'd like to provide for the baby. So let's release the belief that there's a perfect time to have a baby. Let's release this mother perfectionism thing. If you're waiting for the perfect time to have a baby, it's never going to happen. So can we release the belief I'm waiting for the perfect time, or good mothers wait for the perfect time? And let's replace it with good mothers love their children. And there is only divine timing. There is no perfect time. Life will always have challenges, right? There we go. Okay. I'm being naughty. Kelly Riddle is saying, wondering what I can do to take my business to the next level. Thank you for shining your brilliance in the world. I'm instantly being shown that you need systems, you need organization, you need management skills. So it's like practical things because your energy is 100% in the right place, but the practical is confusing. So the one of the best things you can do is ask to shadow somebody who's already doing what you want to do. Okay, ask to shadow them, even ask to pay them to shadow them. There's a point beyond which healing sessions are no longer enough, where you actually need to move the way a leader moves, respond the way a leader responds, lead the way a leader leads. You need to shadow somebody or a mentor to see how they are moving, the decisions they are making, how they handle that space. Because that's what I'm seeing is that your energy is completely in the right place and it's clear, but there's practical, how do I apply this stuff missing? So they're showing me you need to shadow somebody. Okay, hello, hello. Could I get a message from the angels about how to show gratitude? I've been gifted with a handful of miracles and would love some guidance on how to go on now. Create miracles for other people. If share your abundance, bless the people that blessed you. Whenever you get a miracle, pay it forward. There we go. Okay. Hi, Sky. When will I be with my true life partner that I can truly start a family with? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to hide for this one. But when you heal your family bias, you really don't like your family, darling. You have some serious family constellations, trauma. You want a family um, because you feel like you've never had one. So look at the mismatch. You need to, in order to manifest a family, you have to have the vibrational frequency of love of a family, and you have fear of a family. So we have to remove your fear of family, because to you energetically family is trauma, right? Family is where you were trapped. Family is like um is dangerous. So we have to switch it to love of a family, what family is, what family feels like, what loving a family feels like, so that you can pull in a partner that wants a family and loves spending time with his family, right? Because if you have fear of family, then you're going to pull in a partner that, guess what, is afraid of having a family with you, because you're a vibrational match for somebody who's afraid of having a family. So can we release the fear of family? But this is some family constellations or some healing work that you have to do. It's part of what we cover in medical intuitive, because so much disease is inherited down the ancestral line through the narcissistic constellation, through the codependency constellation, through the different wounds that come up as karmic mesums down the family line, and that it affects our genetics. We had 3 more people sign on yesterday after our angel reading, and seriously, this next round is going to be insane. This round is already off the charts. It's really dredging up the biggest blocks that we have, which means we're going to have some incredible breakthroughs coming our way. Okay, let's do our closing prayer. O great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay.